Okay, all right. Ooh, right on cue. They got the job assignment. Okay, well, welcome everyone here today to our press conference for this very exciting news that we want to share for the city of West Haven. But before I talk about the project and the funding, I want to make sure I acknowledge our elected officials that are here today because this is a true team effort. So I know we have some council members here. We have Michelle Coletti, we have Gary Donovan, we have Steve Johnstone. I think I got everyone, right? We have Board of Education members. We have Patrick Ugalum. We have Heather Shea. Like nobody? Okay, right in the back, hiding. And we have our state representatives, which we will hear from in a few moments. So I will introduce them then. And then, of course, we have our great governor, Ned Lamont. So thank you all for being here. We are standing in a very hot Molloy School. So Molloy School was an elementary school that was closed in 2010. So it's been 14 years since this school has been closed. And in that time frame, there's been very limited use of the school. It has not been used to the capacity that we would all like to see it used for. It's been used for some practices, for some office space, for a copy center. But really, there's so much more potential, not only for this building, but for this site. It is centrally located in our city. It has a beautiful grounds and land that is accessible as well. So we know that we have an opportunity to repurpose and rebuild the buildings we already have in the city of West Haven. So while we have this building, we also have a population with a great need. We're 56,000 residents in West Haven. We have a lot of challenges that come along with with a large population, but we also have some segments that really deserve and can use a facility to go to. We have our senior citizens, right? We have a senior citizen center down in West Haven. It's small. It's not accessible. There's no parking. It's not very inviting. And as a result, we don't have the membership that we would like to have, and we don't have the activities that we would like to have for our seniors. Some of our seniors who lived here all of their lives, worked here, raised their family here, and want to continue to be a part of the community, and they want a place to go. We also have our veterans, many of our veterans sitting right here in the front row. We have, for our veteran space, an office in the basement of City Hall. It's almost like a glorified closet, right? There's about 3 that can fit in there. And for a population that has sacrificed so much for us, so we could actually stand here and do what we're doing today, they deserve a space where they can bring more veterans in, help each other, and really flourish as well. And then we have our youth. How many times in West Haven have we talked about how we need more programs for our youth in this city, how they need a place to go? West Haven has never had a Boys and Girls Club. We've never had a YMCA. We've never had a community center. And it's about time we did something for the seniors and the veterans and the youth in our community. We also have a youth services department that does a lot of special needs programs without a space to hold some of those events. So this is the ideal time to rethink and repurpose the facilities in our city and determine how we can capitalize on the assets that we already have and kind of reconfigure where our city is going in the future. So in my conversations with the governor's office over the past few months, and we've had many conversations where he said, what do you need in West Haven? And he's helping us with a lot of other projects, which you'll hear about in the near future. I am very, very grateful today that we are here to announce that through the governor's authorization, that we have a combined $1.7 million to transform a good portion of this building into the community center that West Haven deserves. A community center provides a place for unity, a place for socialization, a place for physical and mental well-being, a place to gather, and a place to have some fun. We want to have some fun. So this is going to be the ideal place for that. We have an easel up here, which shows a very high-level plan. We are going to have, this is actually the multi-purpose, this was the cafeteria. This will be transformed into the multi-purpose room for our seniors, where the lunches will be served, where the bingo will be held, where other activities, there's a lot of music and sometimes some line dancing for our seniors. And then we're also, with this funding, going to build a state-of-the-art gym as an addition to this building that all ages could use, that our youth can participate in programs, and they can give us recommendations where we could have pickleball, we could have activities, we could have our special needs population. So state-of-the-art gym for our population. And clearly we need to upgrade the air conditioning too. That'll be a part of the project. And we also have a lot of land in the back. We have a community garden, but we also have plans for the facility. So I want to thank the governor for his partnership, and we're going to hear from him in a few moments where he will talk about his dedication and his investment in West Haven. But before we do that, I want to turn it over to our superintendent, because this truly is a collaboration between the city and the Board of Education. And Neil, our superintendent, Neil and I went to school together quite a long time ago. Who would have thunk, mayor and superintendent? But in all the years he's been working here for the school system, for the amount of years he's been here, he has never lost his passion, and he's never lost his dedication and his excitement for a new project. And he has been a great advocate for youth programs in our city. So please help me welcome our superintendent, Neil Cavallaro.
Thank you, Mayor Borer. And good afternoon, Governor Lamont, members of the Board of Education who are here, including Chairwoman Kevy Waterfield, members of our legislative delegation, city officials, veterans, and other invited guests. It really is an honor to be standing here today with the governor and the mayor as we celebrate the funding and kickoff of this wonderful project. I know that the dream of everyone here is to have a space where the entire community can come and enjoy, with three main groups being front and center: our youth, our veterans, and our seniors. That's a real hat trick. Over the many years that I've been fortunate enough to be the superintendent of schools and have had the privilege of working with the board chairman, we have always shared the philosophy that our schools are community buildings, and we want them used 24 hours a day, 7 days a week if possible. Knowing the need for additional gym space and the greater sense of urgency to find a place where our students can compete, become physically fit, complete schoolwork, and be a part of other structured activities, this project has the potential to not only keep our children safe, but allow them to develop their skills and talents as an extension of their learning day. Someday I can envision kids working on computers, attending an art class, or maybe joining some special interest club that will happen right here in this building. Just yesterday, Mayor Borer and I were talking. We talked a little bit about high school, but we were talking about the project. And we both got very excited about what this building could eventually come to mean to the residents, and how much, even after all these years, I still love planning not only what the building will look like, but more importantly, being given the chance to create the programs that this place will eventually house. Thank you, Mayor Borer, for your vision. Thank you, Governor Lamont, for securing the funding. And most importantly, thank you to all of you who will be working with and sharing with ideas over the coming days and months to make this plan become a reality. Once we come up with a finished project, I can't wait to share it with our Board of Education, our city leaders, and most of all, the residents of West Haven. Again, thank you for allowing me to be part of this kickoff, and more importantly, for being in on the ground floor for what can become something very special to this town.
Thank you so much, Neil. I look forward to continuing our partnership through the years. And now I'm going to bring forward our newest state representative, who took my place and hit the ground running and has been doing an excellent job and has been a leader up in Hartford as well, and that's William Heffernan.
Another classmate.
How are you? Just for the record, I went to high school with Neil and Dorinda also. Go class of '81. We had a good run. We even had a police chief at one time. So I was very excited when Dorinda called me and told me about this project. She does that a lot. I say, listen, I have this great idea, and she tells me how to do it in Hartford because she knows all the ins and outs up there, you know. I want to thank the governor and everyone who's helped with this project. You know, I travel around to different cities that are in our community, and everyone seems to have a great community center. You know, my mother goes and plays cards in Orange. Everyone's running a trip or doing something, and we have lacked something of quality for so long. You know, growing up in West Haven, there wasn't a teen center for us to go to. You know, again, Dorinda mentioned that the veterans are in a closet in the basement of City Hall. You know, this is going to be a great, great thing. Working with the Board of Ed and sharing a space. We've looked at this building for like the past 14 years. It's basically been in mothballs. It's time to do something really significant with this. And I'm so happy that we can get some funding and we can get this going. It's going to be great for the seniors, the veterans, the teens. Just about everybody's going to benefit from this in the long run. So thank you all for coming today. It's great to see everybody here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. He doesn't mention that we'll talk about our high school days another time. But then I also want to bring up our state representative, where it represents the district where this school resides and has been a leading advocate for the youth in our city, and that is Trinae McGee.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm keeping it short and wonderfully sweet. Whenever you fund in and invest in the youth of today, you will statistically guarantee a successful future for everyone. I am excited for this project. I remember being a youth growing up right here in West Haven and having to travel to community centers as a young artist and actor and other areas for programming and activities. But this right here, it's deeply and desperately needed, and I am committed to supporting this amazing project until its fruition. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Trinae. And now we're going to hear from Dave Ritchie, who has been leading one of our Veterans Council for many, many years and has been an advocate for our veterans.
Well, thank you, Mayor Borer. Excuse me. You know, when the mayor called me the other day and was telling me about this project, I was pretty much excited about it because we've been in that City Hall building in that 2x4 of a room of ours, and we're just running out of space. And then she asked me if I would say a few words. And I said, okay. So here I go. A few words. I said it, and I'm glad. I go over your head?
That's good. No, that's good.
Anyway, the veterans in West Haven, the Veterans Council and the Vietnam veterans, we're a small group. And I'd like to point out, if you guys would stand up, the Vietnam veterans. Without those guys, we wouldn't get anything done. These guys are great. And I'm sure when we get into our new room, you know, we're going to expand a little bit. And we're hoping that we can draw more veterans into our unit. In the years past, we've tried and we just got nowhere. But we're going to give it a shot because now we'll have the room. So, again, thank you. Dorinda, we appreciate it. Governor Lamont, thank you wherever you are. Oh, there he is. Okay, that's it. Everybody, one thing I want to do is I want to acknowledge Joe Perno, Chief of Police, who and I must say, in the last couple of months, the police department have had their hands full, and they've been doing an excellent job. So hats off to them. Also here at the fire department, Jimmy O'Brien, Ricky Fontana's here. And some of these firemen I don't know. but that's okay. They're here. That's good. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Dave has led our walk of honor down our beach and our bricks and a lot of our programs. Next, we're going to hear from, don't let her age fool you. She is our senior, I don't want to say senior citizen. She is the director of our senior services, and that's Alyssa Matter.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you all for coming to celebrate this really exciting announcement. I would like to thank you, Governor Ned Lamont, Mayor Dorinda Borer, and State Representative Bill Heffernan for his support in acquiring $1 million for the West Haven Senior Center. 3 years ago today, I became the Director of Elderly Services for the Senior Center. Since the start of my role, I have had the opportunity to listen and learn from the seniors I serve. They have expressed how much their senior center means to them, as I express how much they mean to me. It is thrilling to think that we will have a facility that is conducive to the needs of the seniors. This space will allow for more accessibility, as well as the ability for us to offer more and more activities. This is just a new beginning for all of us. I am so grateful for all of those here who have invested so much of their own lives in the lives of the seniors. And I'm excited for what's to come. So thank you very much, everybody here.
Okay. One more speaker before we get to the governor, and that is Mary Melinda, who is a senior. I could say that, right? Because you are a senior.
It's the gray hair.
And doesn't go to our senior facility unless for special occasions, right? And this is something that will attract you to come. I'll let you say it.
Thank you. Yeah, I was asked to speak on behalf of some of the senior citizens in town. And I just think that this is such a big step forward, I think, for all the citizens, not just the senior citizens. As we see, it's everybody. Everyone is going to be able to come here and take part in activities. Maybe meet up with old friends and play a game of cards, or perhaps make new friends and take an exercise class, or play basketball. I won't be playing. But I do want to sincerely thank Mayor Borer and Governor Lamont for making this possible. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I just also want to remind everyone that right now, the Washington School, there's a new Washington School being built down on Washington Avenue, and we are temporarily housing the students here from Washington School. That will be built in the spring of 2025, and that's when we will start the project, in case you're wondering when we will start this great project. So next, I want to introduce our great governor of the state of Connecticut. And I just want to remind everyone that, you know, this is $1.7 million, and we're very grateful for it. But the governor has been investing in West Haven for the years that he has been governor for so many projects. You know, our tide gates down at the beach, that $3.4 million for our tide gates to address our flooding and that pedestrian bridge that everybody loves. The $5.2 million that we just used to raise the road on Beach Street, which is mitigating the a very, very popular project. It's a beautiful project, but it keeps people safe. $2 million towards our downtown, which we'll be using soon. $250,000 towards our food bank. $2 million towards our sewer pump stations. I had to actually look it up this morning because I couldn't remember how much as I was state representative and we were working together. But he's a governor that when you call him, he listens, he understands the needs, and then he tries to determine and he offers suggestions, and then he determines how he could help. So I'm very proud of our partnership, and I want to introduce Governor Ned Lamont.
Well, thanks, Dorinda. Yeah. When you call, I listen. Then you call again. Then you call again. And I keep listening, and here we are. And Mary, I was invited to come here as the representative for the seniors. You're jumping into my space. And Dave, I love that. I said I'd just say a few words, and sit down. I've been in this game for a while. I've never heard a politician say a few words and sit down. It's, I'll tell you why I love keep coming back, Dorinda. We've had some fiscal headwinds in this city, and we're turning it around. We're turning it around together. We're turning it around with your leadership. We're back on our feet. I love the pride you see in West Haven and a lot of the small investments we've made over time and just what this building means. I mean, the fact that it has sat empty for 14 plus years and bringing it back to life. And what that means in terms of you look at the community like this and you say, boy, we're coming back. And I think young people say, maybe this is a place I want to stay and I don't want to go anywhere. And I'd say to the young people, by the way, we can get a building. It's going to look really nice, but you got to continue coming back and bring it to life with the programs and the energy that only you guys can bring to the table. And especially, you know, for the vets. You know, what you have done for this country, it's the least we could do. And I hope everybody in this community realizes and thanks of that every day that they have that opportunity. It's, and one last thing just about community and a facility like this. I mean, when I was growing up, maybe 10% of us lived alone if we're, you know, and today it's about 30% of people live alone. And it just reminds you how important a community center is in terms of community, in terms of what it means for people to be able to get together, young and old, and do some stuff together. And I think that's part of what makes West Haven special, and that's what makes this like a big family. And this is a place where we'll be able to celebrate what makes this place special. So you promise to keep coming back here and bring some programs to life? Yes. All right, few words, that's it.
So thank you so much to all our speakers, but we got some youth, and you're going to be benefiting from this. Anybody want to say a few words? You want to say a few words? Sure. Okay, go ahead.
I'm really excited that there's going to be like a new place for like the whole community of all ages and all different groups of people. And I can't wait for them to get together and have fun.
Say it again. Say it right a little louder in the microphone so they could hear you.
I'm really excited that there's going to be like a new place for all ages to go to and to get together and have fun, like hang out and do stuff together.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome job. Anyone else? You want to speak? Star is born. Okay, come on. That's okay. We're here for you.
So I'm actually a new resident in West Haven. I moved about a year and a half ago, and it's really exciting to hear that they're going to be building a place where the community can socialize with each other and explore new opportunities.
Good? Okay. All right, one more.
For my entire life, I was told by my family who grew up here, my grandfather Marvin Kazowitz he was born here into Jewish religion. I was told legends, stories about how great this town was. Now that we're building this community and this building, I'm starting to realize how great of a community this town actually has created.
Wow.
All right.
Well, that's a great way to end. Help yourself to some drinks, and we could go outside and get some air. And thank you all for coming.
Let's hear it for the class of 1981.